Hello guys, this is going to be a quick vid about Abyssal strategies as we understand them coming to the end of the event. No intro, no nothing, just straight to it. Some of the leaks earlier in the early parts of Abyssal referred to later Abyssals, so we're just going to ignore them. Let's just talk about the sections. So there's going to be the three bosses. Obviously, we know that souling, the way it works is that once you beat one boss, takes down half the health from the other. So you're going to have Cecilia around there. All the advice where I said just expand everything on the Abyssal map, keep on doing that. That works great. Anyways, so coming up to this boss, most everybody should build celerity. We know this pretty much for certain. The reason is that celerity is significantly better than other factions. If you're really pro, maybe build God Comp and trade the celerity at some point in that same day. Anyways, your goal should be to rank up very, very fast in this. You should be blitzing this section, grabbing a few towns, trying to find town ones at the very end of the same day. So town ones should be starting to drop, and then you group up and you take this. And the reason that you need to do it is that you will need to pretty quickly earn at least one lead here to progress in the ranks. So you want to rush this boss, and the way to do it is to start all the way into celerity. And you're going to keep going celerity. And the reason for that is that the only point where you'll actually have to do something that's not celerity is that one time where you need to get all your relics to level 3. So once you need to get all your relics to level 3, also quick note about pathing, you want to go from the further node that's down here. So the walk down here is shorter. That's going to mean so much more. So as you get to that one boss, it's going to be somewhere around here. Obviously, here's the point where people should be starting to claim all their town 2s on the way as they path over here. Obviously, there's going to be an optimal path. I think I'll optimize that and post that in the description. Anyways, back on topic. Still, push celerity all the way. Celerity to level 4, celerity to level 5, celerity all the way. And the reason you want to do celerity all the way is that it works on all bosses. It works on Idre and it works on Dark Namora. We have seen the comms work. We know that sorcery actually does work in Dark Namora, but the only point that you have any reason to not go celerity is the final boss. And this is consensus. This is not like a hot linker take on this thing. This is not an experimental comp. We know that the only point you want one celerity is the 5th part right here. And that's when you rank up to this tile right here, Duke. When you rank up to Duke, you'll need to have all of them at level 4. So you can afford to get celerity up to 5.0 all the way. Push the rest to 3 as you go along when you rack up. I think it was to Earl or Marquise, doesn't matter. And you'll be perfectly fine. You'll advance as fast as possible on both sides. Now, once you get here, this is where things kind of start to vary. So you have different comps. Some people will tell you, look, you should just try this Isolde comp is the most consistent. We know Isolde works, and that's partially true. The issue with Isolde comps is, first of all, goes only in one boss, not 100% consistent. Second issue is that except Isolde, there's not that many good might heroes. You just can't really tell. Obviously, I'm just experimenting here. This is not my suggestion, the comp that I have. As you can see, you have Isolde, you have Floris, and the rest are kind of underwhelming in terms of damage. So you might be telling me, all right, Linker, I'll go sorcery. We see iron sets that are really good. I don't have irons here, but iron sets are really good. We know Mehira does true damage to Enraged Albedo, so that's really important. But what we really want is you want the bosses to be as close health as possible. So obviously you'll have many people going celerity. Celerity is going to be the most optimal branch. If you'll go sorcery, you'll probably be fine. It's the safest pick, but I wanted to optimize this advice. You want sustenance at least level 5 no matter what, but the one tree that seems to be pretty consistently surprising is Fortitude. And the reason I tell you want to invest in Fortitude, not like I did here, is that there was this one comp from Tapped Up, I'll pull it up on screen right here, that we know did 1.1 billion. It's not 100% consistent. We see it moving from 400 million to 1 billion. Either way, it damages both bosses. So this gives you the ultimate control over taking the boss health down. You know that if everybody does this, your strategy will be optimal. I'll talk about more coordination stuff and more in-depth understanding of the setups and what you can do as a guild leader in the upcoming podcast I have with a very, very big person that I like a lot. It will come this Friday as usual. But I just wanted to quickly summarize this here, so that everybody has this concentrated to one place or understanding. Post the event, most guilds are right now taking down those final positions. If you aren't, definitely have all your Abyssal questions down below. I'll answer some of them in the podcast, but ultimately, The road should be just celerity all the way. We doubted this. We thought many different things. We just know at this point we found different comps, and I'll post them in a community post later. Just work for all the bosses until you get to that rank where you need to equate everything on level 4. So you take celerity to 5-0, you take sustenance to 5-0, and then you take one of the other 3 trees to 5-0. Probably best is going to be fortitude because of this one set. With a slightly lower sorcery to have lore send. The tiny optimizations is things that we'll obviously get to. I know this video is off script, so it's not as organized, but I just think it might be the best way to put everything I know into one piece that's somewhat concise, because you have to consider pathing, you have to consider defense size. If all your guild is going celerity, then obviously you'll probably need somebody to go mages to balance them out, not fortitude. But I think putting it this way is the most concise way I can kind of explain myself to you so that you know what are the picks you want to look for next formats of this Abyssal. So leave your questions below. Like, subscribe, I really appreciate it. Many more vids coming. Love you lots. I've been Linker. Peace.